Hello students, good evening, welcome to Siri Patshale. In the previous class, you have learnt about similar triangles and you have also learnt basic proportionality theorem or Thales theorem, and you have solved problems in exercise 6.2. ಸೊ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಮರೂಪಿ ತ್ರಿಭುಜಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಥೇಲ್ಸ್ ಥಿಯರಮ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಥೇಲ್ಸ್ ಥಿಯರಮ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ 6.2 ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಟುಡೇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಗೋ ವಿತ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಯರಮ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ angle criterion of similarity of triangles. First let us know why do we need this criteria. ಈಗ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎರಡು ತ್ರಿಭುಜ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಆ ಥರ ಏನೋ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬೈ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಿ ಸೇ ಅದೀಗ ಸಮರೂಪಿ ತ್ರಿಭುಜಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನೋಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನೀವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ಸ್ನ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಸಮ್ ಪ್ರೂಫ್, ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮ್ ಪ್ರೂಫ್. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲೋ ಅಥವಾ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲೋ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಅಥವಾ ಗುಣ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದೋಸ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ now this is one of the criterion. ಮಾನದಂಡ ಅಂತೀವಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ, ಯಾವ ಮಾನದಂಡದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ ಬೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವನು ನಾವು ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, that we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay, so this is one of the criterion or ಮಾನದಂಡ to prove similarity of triangles. Okay, so what is that? We call simply we call it as AAA. Every time we don't say angle ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ಬದಲು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ we say AAA criterion or AAA ಮಾನದಂಡ ಅಥವಾ ಕೋನ ಮಾನದಂಡ. Okay, so based on that how can we prove now? So let us prove that statement now. What is that statement? See here, if in two triangles corresponding angles are equal, then their corresponding sides are in the ratio or proportion or in proportion, and hence the two triangles are similar. Once again, if in two triangles corresponding angles are equal, then their corresponding sides are in the same ratio or in proportion, and hence the two triangles are similar. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ತ್ರಿಭುಜಗಳು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ತ್ರಿಕೋನಗಳು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಅವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಅನುರೂಪ ಕೋನಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅನುರೂಪ ಕೋನಗಳು ಸಮವಾಗಿದ್ರೆ, ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ, ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಡು ವಿ ಸೇ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಅನುರೂಪ ಬಾಹುಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಸಮವಾಗಿರುತ್ತವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಸೈಡ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ, ಅವುಗಳ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಓಕೆ ಅನುಪಾತ ಸಮವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, or in proportion. That is the meaning of that. If both the criteria are followed, what do we say? And hence triangles are similar. Okay, so ಅನುರೂಪಿ ಕೋನಗಳು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ, ಸಮವಾಗಿದ್ರೆ, ಅವರ ಅನುರೂಪಿ ಬಾಹುಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಸಮಾನುಪಾತದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಹಂಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತ್ರಿಭುಜಗಳು ಸಮರೂಪಿ ತ್ರಿಭುಜಗಳಾಗಿರುತ್ತವೆ ಅಥವಾ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಯರಮ್. ಪ್ರಮೇಯ angle, kona. Okay, so now let us prove this now. So as soon as you see the statement of the theorem, what do you do? Based on this statement, we have to draw figure for this now, diagram for this. So what to draw now? We need to draw two triangles. Okay, let us draw two triangles now. That is one, I draw small triangle. Other one, let me name this as ABC, and other one I'll take bigger one. Okay, here I name this triangle as DEF. Okay, DEF. We have two triangles. Okay, so two triangles are given, and what is given in the statement? corresponding angles are equal. And you remember one thing, while naming the Samarupi or similar triangles, corresponding angles or corresponding vertices, because corresponding angles form in corresponding vertices, they should be in proper order. Triangle ABC anta bardre, we should name the other triangle as DEF only. Okay, A and D are corresponding angles. B and E are corresponding angles are anurupi konagalu. C and F are corresponding angles. So while naming also we must be careful. Triangle ABC and triangle DEF. We cannot write triangle ABC is similar to triangle EFD. We can't write like that. Okay. So these are corresponding angles. A is corresponding to D and B is corresponding to angle E. They are equal. And angle C is corresponding to the angle F. Okay. So these are equal. Corresponding angles are equal. So let us write in given part. Okay. Given in triangle ABC and triangle DEF, angle A is equal to angle D, angle B is equal to angle E, and angle C is equal to angle F. Okay, these are equal. Corresponding angles ಅಥವಾ ಅನುರೂಪಿ ಕೋನಗಳು ಸಮವಾಗಿವೆ. Corresponding angles are equal. Now let us write what is to be proved. ಏನು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ, ಏನು ಸಾಧಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. Okay, to prove. What to prove? We need to prove here corresponding sides. Which are the corresponding sides? AB is corresponding to DE. So let us write that ratio. AB by DE is equal to, yes, BC is corresponding to EF. So BC by EF, their ratio is equal to, AC is corresponding to DF. So write AC by DF. Okay, their ratios are equal. And hence, what about the triangles? Triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. Okay, so this is the symbol used to write similarity. Just one stroke hinge hakadre, so a similarity symbol. Now congruency ge ee tara symbols hakidru nenpidya nimge. So adhe tara ಇಲ್ಲಿ similarity ge one symbol like this. Okay, one stroke like this. Okay, so these are similar. So this has to be proved. Idanna ನಾವು ಸಾಧಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. Okay, now what is how to prove this now? Okay, just ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು can we prove? ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ just angle ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ನಾವು we cannot say they are similar. Okay, that is one of the criterion. Yes, ಇದಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು similar ಅಂತ we need to prove. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡು yes they are ಅಂತ we cannot say. Okay, they are similar ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. We have to prove. Logical proof should be given now. So what to do? Now let us do some construction, for additional construction. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ already you have learned basic proportionality theorem or Thales theorem. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು Thales theorem use ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು we are going to prove these two triangles are similar. Okay, so to have Thales theorem, what should be constructed? We should have a parallel line, isn't it? One triangle alli parallel line idre, yes, if a line is parallel to one of the side of the triangle, then other two sides are divided in the same ratio. That is Thales theorem, isn't it? If a line, okay, which is parallel to one of the side of a triangle, then other two sides, okay, that line divides other two sides in the same ratio. That is Thales theorem or basic proportionality theorem. We need to use that theorem now. So what to do? Let us do a construction. So mark point on here. DEF is bigger triangle, isn't it? Okay, the compare the bigger triangle. So we have to mark 2 points on DE and EF, DF. Okay, so such that here D, that let me name this point as P and Q. DP must be equal to AB. Okay, and DQ must be equal to AC. ಆ ತರ ಇರೋ ತರ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. Okay, that means we should get two congruent triangles. Okay, so DP is equal to AB and DQ is equal to AC. We have to construct and mark 2 points in that way. Okay, so now what is to be proved now? We have to prove these two triangles are congruent. Because congruent triangles you have learned. Okay, you have learned some postulate criteria to prove congruency of triangles, isn't it? Which are they? SAS gottide, ASA gottide, RHS gottide, and we know SSS postulates also. Okay, yado ondiga postulate use madkondo we have to prove these two triangles are congruent. If they are triangles, these two triangles are congruent, ಆದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ we get corresponding angles equal and corresponding sides equal, isn't it? ಅಲ್ವಾ, ನೆನಪಿದೆ ತಾನೆ? ಸೊ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅನುರೂಪಿ ಕೋನಗಳು ಸಮವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಕಾಂಗ್ರುಯೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅನುರೂಪಿ ಬಾಹುಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಸಮವಾಗಿರುತ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ದಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ಅವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರೂವ್ PQ is parallel to EF. PQ parallel to EF ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆದ್ರೆ we can say this, okay, two sides are divided in the equal ratio. Okay, so let us continue with that. As we continue you can understand. Okay, continue ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So now let us prove triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DPQ. How can we prove now? Yes. So first write construction. What we have done? Construction mark point, construction mark the points, P on DE and Q on DF such that DP is equal to AB and DQ is equal to AC, and join PQ. Okay, this is the construction part. Okay, now we need to prove these two triangles are congruent triangles, these two small triangles ABC and DPQ. How do we prove? See here, what is given here? Angle A and angle D are equal. These two angles are equal. They are common, isn't it? Equal. And AB we have constructed. In construction part we have written DP is equal to AB and DQ is equal to AC. Now see, these angles A and D are lying between two equal corresponding sides, isn't it? It is AB and AC ಮಧ್ಯೆ angle A ಇದೆ, DP ಮತ್ತೆ DQ ಮಧ್ಯೆ angle D ಇದೆ. So what do you say? We can use side angle side. Okay, bahu kona bahu. Okay, or SAS postulate. Okay, SAS congruency rule or SAS criterion. Okay, and say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DPQ. Now let us write in triangle ABC and DPQ, ABC and triangle DPQ, triangle ABC and triangle DPQ. Yes, we write angle A is equal to angle D given, and AB is equal to DP and AC is equal to DQ. These are by construction. So what do you say? Two triangles ABC and DPQ are congruent to each other. Okay. I erase this part now. Okay, therefore, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. So not DEF, DPQ. Triangle DPQ. Which is the postulate? SAS criterion. By SAS criterion. SAS criterion. SAS criterion. Here SAS congruency rule. Okay. SAS congruency rule. Okay. Now complete this. I'll erase this part. How do we continue? Since triangles ABC and DPQ are congruent, what do you say? Corresponding angles are equal and corresponding sides are equal. So, which are the other corresponding angles now? Angle P and angle A, they are equal. Okay, by this you understood? Okay, angle B is equal to angle P. This implies, or by CPCT we can say, corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Okay, by CPCT we can say angle B is equal to angle P and angle Q is equal to angle, which one? Angle C, or angle C is equal to angle Q. But what is given? Angle B is equal to angle E, isn't it? But we know that angle B is equal to angle E. So, since angle B is equal to angle E, here angle B is equal to angle P. So, LHS is equal. So, what about RHS? They should be equal. So, angle P is equal to what? Angle E. Okay. This implies angle P is equal to angle E. These two angles are equal. Now, remember the knowledge about parallel lines and transversal. Okay. So, let us take here PQ and EF are two lines. Okay. And DE or PE as the transversal. Okay. And in this, these two angles are equal, we have proved. So, what do you call with respect to these two lines and this transversal? We call these angles as corresponding angles. So, anurupi konagalu anta karitivi alva. Corresponding angles. Okay. These are equal. When corresponding angles are equal, what do you say about the lines? Lines are parallel. Which are the lines? PQ and EF are parallel lines. Okay. Anurupi ಕೋನಗಳು ಸಮವಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಸಮಾಂತರವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so by this now here PQ, now for PQ, for the lines PQ and EF with transversal PE, or we can take it as DE also. PE, what do you say now? These angles are corresponding angles. corresponding angles are equal, we have proved. Corresponding angles are, so what do you say now? Therefore, what do you say? These are PQ, the lines PQ and EF are parallel. Therefore, we can say PQ is parallel to EF. Okay, we have proved PQ is parallel to EF. Now, yes, what are we going to use? We are going to use basic proportionality theorem. Okay, if PQ is a line parallel to EF, that is one of the side of the triangle DEF, what do you say about the other two sides? Okay, are divided in the same ratio, that is dP by PE is equal to dQ by EF. So what do you write now? So in triangle DPQ DEF, we can write dP by PE is equal to dQ by QF. By which theorem? By basic proportionality theorem or Thales theorem, by BPT. Okay, dP by PE is equal to dQ by QF. Okay, now let us take this invertendo. Invertendo means what? Reciprocal of this. Okay, when suppose here 1 by 2 is equal to 2 by 4 andre, this 2 by 1 is equal to what? That is 2 ones are 2, 1 by that is. 2 by 1 is equal to what do we get? It is equal to 4 by 2. Their ratios are same, isn't it? Okay, they won't change. Okay, so reciprocal badru kuda ratios will be equal agirutte. So we call it as invertendo. So here we take now dP by PE is equal to dQ by QF. So what do you say about the reciprocals? Reciprocal is also equal. This implies PE by dP is equal to QF by dQ. Okay, QF by dQ. Now let us add 1 to both LHS and RHS. Now by adding 1 to both, now let us add, because if you add or subtract the same number from both the sides, the equation remains unchanged, isn't it? This you have learned. Okay, so PE by dP plus 1 is equal to QF by dQ plus 1. Okay, dQ plus 1. So 1 means what? 1 by 1. Okay, we need to take common denominator. So what, or LCM. So what is that now? dP, we get here dP by dP. Here we get dQ by dQ. So this implies PE plus dP by dP, common denominator, is equal to QF plus dQ by dQ it is. So dQ. See the triangle now? PE plus dP. What do we get? DE. Here QF plus dQ. What do we get? DF. Okay. So in place of the numerator, I write so this implies PE by dP, that is I write DE by dP is equal to QF plus DQ is equal to what? DF by DQ. Again, I'll take invertendo or reciprocal of this. That is dP DP is equal to what? AB. We have constructed. Then DQ is equal to what? It is AC. But DP is equal by construction we can say, by construction we know that DP is equal to AB and DQ is equal to AC. So in place of DP and DQ, I write this AB and AC. Okay, so I write D in place of DP, I substitute AB by DE is equal to which one? In place of DQ, I write AC by DF. AC by DF. So we have proved one pair of sides, they are in the same ratio. Similarly, we can prove by drawing line, parallel line to DF, or by drawing parallel line to which one? DE. Okay, using the same process, we can get one more result. What is that? Similarly, you know the symbol, similarity. Similarly, it is AB by DE is also equal to what? It is BC by EF. Okay, it's a long process. Again, we need to draw the figure and do. That's why instead of doing that, just we write similarly. Adhe tara idನ್ನು prove ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. We write this. AB by DE is equal to BC by EF. So what do you say now? This implies combine both now. AB by DE is equal to AC by DF is equal to BC by EF. So we can write AB by DE is equal to BC by EF is equal to AC by DF. Hence, now we have proved the sides are in the same ratio or equal ratio or in proportion. So what do you say? Triangles are similar to each other. Thus, we say triangle ABC is similar to triangle which one? DEF. Okay, triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. So hence we prove the theorem. So this is angle or AAA criterion of similarity of triangles.